that mankind can produce, we will send unto them only you. Rip and tear until it is done.
And hello, everybody! Welcome back to another edition of the daily live stream. I am your host, Crypto Bro. And guess what? It's motherfucking Thursday! And we got plenty of juicy price action to talk about. As the title may suggest, is the time to fear? Question mark? Or are we just too nervous for our own boots? Yeah, well, you know, I'm gonna have to look at the charts for that. I do want to give everybody a heads up. Up to 338 members in the Blackfire Technical Analysis Facebook community. I am not sure how many freaking subscribers we're at on the channel for YouTube. What the fuck? 114 subscribers to the YouTube channel. Absolutely phenomenal. That number is up. Thank you, everybody, for coming through and hitting that subscribe button. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for ticking that little bell. God, I fucking love this job. I was at one point worried about what music I was playing, but I'm not trying to monetize YouTube, so I'm just going to play whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to try to keep the music a little different for the opening stream from now on. I felt like hearing some metal, and the Doom soundtrack is just the shit, so that's what I decided to play here. Another long day at work. Again, I do apologize to everybody that is a fan or a follower of the channel that watches my streams. I'm kind of working 12s right now, and I actually have more energy today, surprisingly, than the rest of the week. Maybe I'm starting to adjust to these hours a little bit, but I feel pumped. I feel excited. We have plenty of shit to talk about today, so we're going to go ahead, hop right on to it. I don't know. You didn't see this. Nope, you didn't see it. Nope, you didn't see it. Where's my green? You didn't see that. I was just pulling up some other moving averages here to kind of reference what price action is really doing right now, but let's go ahead and go for it. Nasdaq, again, playing out that downside analysis that we did provide on yesterday's live stream, hit the resistance, boom, sold off, and is now putting pressure on the 21 exponential here. A little bit of bearish divergence playing out and a full-blown rejection of the negatively sloped exponential here. We did mention that it was going a little flatline. We did see a little bit of a cross to the upside, and I did remind everybody that that cross to the upside looked a little weaker, right? It looks to be on the weaker side here. And look, boom, RSI hits, the exponential here. Boom. At the same time, price action hits resistance. Both get rejected. To the downside we go. Now, we are still above the 21 exponential here, which, cool, right? Cool. But if we break that 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for a little bit of a pullback all the way down to 15,980. But realistically, this isn't a major target, right? Just a soft target at that region. I'd actually be looking for a general pullback all the way back down to 15,700 bucks, give or take. Maybe go off the wick low, maybe say 16,000. If this is proved to be a macro high or low, we likely see price action continue as long as we hold above the 21 exponential here. But hitting that resistance, typically when you see a test of like all-time high resistance or close to all-time high resistance, once you get that back movement towards that resistance, there's always an opportunity for it to sell off. It usually does sell off upon its first test. Nonetheless, I'm still pretty bullish on this asset right now. We are sitting on higher structural higher lows right now, and I am still looking for the 272 Fibonacci extension all the way up at 17.3 at the current moment in time. But that is assuming that we confirm a break above current resistance at 16,430, right? Again, confirmation being a break and then a back test to confirm the breakout point as new tentative support. That's when I would look for the extension to the next fib level here. However, we did reject, perfectly matched the 21. I did say that the 21 would be my first target to the downside if we did see a rejection here. Boom, yesterday, or the 7th here, boom, clean rejection. Yesterday's candle, boom, all the way down to the 21 exponential here. And now kind of just going baseline, flatline on the exponential. RSI is not convincing me of anything special right now. We are putting pressure on the exponential here, but we still remain below it at the current moment in time. Again, as I do concern myself heavily with slope analysis as far as the 21 exponential is concerned and my momentum oscillators, proof is in the pudding here. As long as RSI remains below a negatively sloped exponential, I am always going to be looking for it to confirm and continue to confirm as resistance until proven otherwise here. This was just one of the examples. Boom. Hits the all-time high resistance, sells off. Kind of typical, right? Kind of typical to see, the first pass at a new resistance get sold off a little bit. Nothing too dangerous, nothing too bearish in my opinion just yet. But if we do close below that 21 exponential, I would look for trigger movements further to the downside. Again, the first target being the current low. Now, this low being where it is and being confirmed what it is, this is the current change of behavior point. Anything below $15,700, I'm gonna use that to act for change of behavior. That will confirm it for me, and I will look for the next target to the downside, right around 15,003. But we aren't close enough for that. Again, I'm trying to keep the analysis as simple as humanly possible right now. Again, we do have a soft target here at $16,000. If we do confirm below the 21 exponential, I would look for that as a potential target and a potential higher low location. Again, we could easily formulate some kind of micro uptrend here. On the daily time frame or the shorter term time frames, which I do want to reference right now. See what the 4 hour, 4 hour selling off, hitting resistance twice, boom, a little bit of a double top formation, boom, right back below the 21 exponential. And when this confirmed below yesterday here, that was enough for me to look for continuation. To this first level at the bare minimum here, $15,980 or $16,000, give or take a few bucks here or there. But that is kind of the shorter term time frame target to the downside that I'm kind of paying attention to right now from a 4 hour perspective. As far as the daily though, as long as we maintain structure above the 21, again, you guys already know my trading rule here. As long as we remain above the 21, I'm going to be looking for up movements, motherfucker. Until proven otherwise. SPY futures, eerily the same. Except this one looks more prominent, more confident inducing here, although RSI not so much, right? Back below the exponential again, I would consider this a rejection of the exponential, although it is slightly positive. We do see structure below the exponential right now, but this one's a little different because we did confirm new highs right here on the RSI structure. While testing the all-time high resistance here. This one being the one that I'm paying attention to in correlation to, the cryptocurrency market. Oh my God, my wife. Shelterin' Chill Cat. What the fuck? What on shit did you just say? I am not sure, my love. But if you're watching, I love you. Come home whenever you can. But whatever you just commented, it says Shelterin' Chilwacat with like 4 colons. I don't know what you're trying to tell me. But we're gonna go ahead and carry on here. Again, same disposition as Nasdaq here. Price action remains above the 21. The sell-off at the all-time high resistance not as predominant as Nasdaq here, but the RSI doesn't speak volumes as far as the bullish perspective is concerned. Stochastic still very, very much up, confirming a critical signal. I think yesterday. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yesterday. Right above the 50 read here, so I do take that seriously here as price action confirms yet another macro higher low. And again, as long as price action remains above the current macro higher low, I am looking for continuation, extension to the next Fibonacci level at the 1.272, right around $4,820, right? I had to let that one out. Same disposition, guys. Same disposition. Now, a closure below the 21, I would be led to believe a pullback to 45.45 once again is kind of the first target to the downside. But again, the momentum is up, except from an RSI perspective. RSI is looking a little bit weird, funky, cronky. I'm just going to be looking for the signal that works here, and the only signal that I'm going to be concerned with at this current moment in time is a candle closure above resistance, right? No matter what RSI tells me, no matter what stochastics tells me, the most important thing that I'm paying attention to, again, from my perspective, is whether or not we see these, big assets here close above all-time high resistance and confirm new all-time highs here. That's kind of it, I think. This stream is going to be a little bit on the shorter side. We only have 2 requests today, Ethereum and Matic USD, so it does look like we will get through this pretty quickly here. Dixie, what's it doing? Yep. Technically a lower low, but confirming another low. No, not confirming a low. Just hitting support on the 21 here. 21 still remaining as tentative support. Disposition remains the same. This is a little bit of some choppy sideways consolidation action here. We do see stochastics curling up off the 50 read here. I don't know why these keep disappearing, you guys. I do apologize that I have to do this every fucking day. They're supposed to save, and I don't know right now if TradingView has some technical issues or what's going on, because every time I lay my freaking lines out here, a lot of them are just disappearing for no reason. I save constantly, like, goodness. Stochastics curling back up above the 50 read here. Nothing predominantly confirmed yet. I would look at this as a critical signal here if we do see a break above current tentative resistance at 96.57. Again, that being the main catalyst here for continuation to the upside, in my opinion. Any candle closure above there, I will look for extension towards the 97.70 region, or like a whole other dollar, a whole other dollar from current resistance here. RSI, after playing some bearish divergence, still remains below a negatively sloped exponential here, but bouncing up again for another test. So again, the possibility for the downside still remains here with the exponential being factored in. We're putting a lot of pressure on the 21 right now. Obviously, still remaining as support, but we see a lot of wicks going towards that 21 as the days go through here, and candle bodies closing and opening very, very tightly with the 21 here. So while it's still positive, and while we still have the bullish sentiment, while price action remains above the 21, I would have to say any candle closure below the 21 with confirmation leads me to believe that a full-on pullback to the diagonal macro trend line at 94.53 is going to be the next tentative target for this price action. Again, that's assuming we get confirmation below the 21. I would look for a little bit of bounce at 95.50 here, but ultimately I'm going to be looking for the macro trend line to be tested once again, and potentially formulate some type of macro structural high or low along that region before continuing. Obviously, anything below there gets concerning, but we are well and far away from it enough for me to not even consider it right now. So that's kind of it for the dollar, man. Real short, sweet, to the point today. Because I can. I do what I want. I ain't coming on here to be fake. I'm gonna be exactly who I am. Motherfucker. What? You want some? Alright. Enough goofing off here. We're gonna go ahead and move on. I know everybody wants to know about it. Hall of Fame. I came in, I looked at Hall of Fame today, and I was like, yo. You can't, you fucking can't make it up. You cannot make this shit up. Yet, another lower high in structural price action confirmed once again. Not confirming the 21 as tentative support, actually confirming and rejecting it while it remains resistance. Obviously, we got a nice reaction on the open, probably saw some wick up towards the the prior high here, and nope, not today, just kidding. Down 7.87%. I'm going to be looking for continuation. Again, 2 new lows once again. But I mean, first and foremost, I'm going to look for continuation through current support at $1.95. I'm going to be looking for continuation towards like the $1.80 region here, as we did just reject the 21. 21 has retained a negative slope here. Again, I told you, don't get excited for this unless we confirm. This is why confirmation is so important, you guys. It is so important to wait for confirmation, and this is one of the reasons why. Yes, the prior day's candle looked convincing. We got a stop and reversal point back above the 21. We had some signals lining up here, right? Stochastics exiting the critical zone, RSI crossing back above the exponential and confirming it as support. We had some signals brewing here, especially with new highs on RSI as well. But again, new highs on RSI, lower highs on price action. Bearish divergence ultimately wins here, and price action gets completely fucking wrecked here. Loses all of its progress for basically the last 2 days, confirming another lower high. I am very convinced that we're going to see continuation to below $1.95. I'm actually going to be looking for $1.80. Any closure below $1.80, in my opinion, anywhere between $1.80 and $1.47 is fair game. But ultimately, I would look for a full retracement to the $1.47 region. And then what? I mean, there's not much lower than this. $1.14. I think the lowest price ever for this one's $1.10. So while it is a little concerning in my opinion, at least from a trading perspective, I am not concerned from an investment perspective. I will look for buying opportunities as soon as possible with this asset because again, I am a 3 to 5 to 10 year investor for the Hall of Fame Village. I am a firm believer that this asset won't remain a penny stock for very long. They will, they'll finish the project, start generating revenue, start bringing in people from all over the world because who doesn't love fucking football? And the stock is going to react as such. But as long as the project is closed, there might be a little manipulation in here. Big sell-offs. They could be using the stock to build the project. Yeah, to be honest with you, I've never heard of a stock for a company that's not even built yet. A company that's not even active, right? You can consider it tied to the Hall of Fame, which I guess the Hall of Fame is profitable, whatever, for however many visitors they get on a daily basis. But no, I'm really thinking they're continuing to plan this project. They're continuing to do what they do. The project's not even done yet. So at least from a trading perspective, I'm not looking for this to be bullish at all whatsoever, motherfucking ever, until proven otherwise. And the only proof otherwise would be a full-blown macro change of behavior. And again, that red line of resistance is my point for a macro change of behavior. Currently rejecting the 21, looking for continuation to the downside. That is the disposition unless we fully recover back above the 21, right? And unless that happens, man, I have no trajectories to the upside. Obviously, we hit a target to the upside, which, cool. Target was met. I did have a little bit of bullish sentiment here for continuation to the upside. We got that extension target met. Boom, sold off. Closed much lower, especially back below the 21. So as long as price action remains below the 21, guys, I'm going to be looking for price action to continue to the downside. Bitcoin, another lower low. Confirming yet another lower low. Signs of negative momentum here is confirmed. This is where I am getting a little bit concerned here for the cryptocurrency market here, right? I'm looking at SPY futures and saying, all right, we're testing all-time high resistance. We did just confirm a macro low. Anything can happen. If this one flips, boom, and takes out the macro low, it's not going to play out well for Bitcoin, in my opinion. It's not going to play out well for Bitcoin, in my opinion. And obviously, Bitcoin not as reactive to the lows as the traditional stock market is right now. Definitely still seeing some selling pressure. Lower high confirmed in the blue box territory. Candle closure below the blue box territory. Looking to potentially reject tentative support and flip it to new tentative resistance at 49,700. If that's confirmed, I'm going to be looking for a little bit more continuation to like $4,600. To be quite honest with you, on the short-term time frame, I'm looking for $4,600. $46,000 first and foremost. I am already looking for that to be met on the shorter-term time frame perspective here. Even if a 1 hour closes below 46,150 here, man, I'm going to be looking for price action to bleed to the next support, which would be at the spot 886 retracement zone at 43,550. And this is where we start saying, oh, now we're playing with a potential change of behavior from a macro perspective. Again, we do have a series of, little higher lows and all that shit, but right, I'm looking at the macro structure here. And this is kind of my perspective. First macro low, macro higher low, macro potential higher low, or do we see price action close below the macro higher low prior and confirm a daily change of behavior? I do believe we are a little further away from that than I am comfortable with talking. Again, I do like to play it level by level, so I'm looking at only 2 levels down at the current moment in time. But this, again, cryptocurrency is violent. Anything can happen. Any candle closure below $40,700. I'm gonna start looking for the beginning etchings of a potential downtrend, a potential macro downtrend, that bear market that we've been talking about for so long here. And what this makes me want to do here is come over and take a look actually, I want to go to this chart here and take a look at the weekly HMA here, the 104. Yeah, I mean, again, we have plenty of evidence aside from, you know, a one-off piece of evidence that suggests anytime we get confirmation below the H104 here, we initiate bear markets, right? Back at it again with the HMA. Let me actually, yeah, I mean, we could just go over here and look plenty of examples with the 104 here. You know, first breakdown below, back test, rejected, back test, boom, bear market. And then we get, you know, our confirmation break above. We enter this incredibly bullish bull market here. First break below, back test, year-long bear market. And then back above the H104 again on a weekly time frame. Nice little bull run to the upside here. Just kidding. Closes below, pops back up, rejects it, pops back up, rejects it. Huge decline. Back above it once again for a massive bull market to $65,000. Boom, you know, macro, you know, a weekly higher low right here, and then boom to the upside. So the thing that I'm going to be concerned with here is, again, that change of behavior point. And from a weekly time frame perspective, on a candle body closing basis, it's 43,000 here. It is 43,185. Let's look at what the 24-hour says. Yeah, it's slightly below that, like 40,700. So the weekly is higher. The weekly has a higher change of behavior points. So again, from a weekly perspective here, if we do close below 43,000 bucks, man, oh man, I mean, weekly RSI kind of not looking too decent right now. Kind of not looking too decent. Bearish divergence off the bullish control zone bottom side here. Boom, through the exponential. Exponential's been forced to a negative slope. Stochastics gave you a signal a while ago. I think the 22nd, the weekly closure of the 22nd here gave you that signal with a firm, clean weekly break below the bullish critical zone here into the bullish control zone and out of the bullish control zone. At this current point in time, the 65 read is the bottom side of the bullish control zone, and we have seen the weekly stochastics break through that. So, you know, could this just be like you know, a trap? Could be. Could be. It definitely could be. But again, I take that H104 very seriously. We've seen instances where it kind of goes up above it a little bit longer and then just full-blown initiates that downside momentum here. If I see a negative slope at any given point here, that's just going to add more confidence from a weekly perspective. But going back to, ooh, the hiccups coming in quick. Coming back to the daily perspective, I'm going to bring up that 21 EMA one more time. Booyah. The disposition remains the same, guys. As long as we see price action remain below the 21 exponential here, I am looking for price action to continue further to the downside. And yes, in my opinion, I am a little concerned for the bullish perspective here on a daily time frame. Again, RSI, not the pinnacle of health and fitness at the current moment in time. First entry into the bearish control zone since fucking May. Since May, entering the bearish control zone and not looking healthy. Still remaining below the exponential, which is negative. Stochastics here crossing below the exponential. Again, it is kind of coiling. It is kind of just being weak right now, not really showing any actual force of momentum to the downside. However, if we do see continuation and follow through below the exponential here, we likely see the exponential curl to the downside, and that will be a lower high on stochastics, which I take seriously for the downside here. So as I await price action, the only determining factor that will convince me that this is going to convert to a macro high or low would be a pop all the way back up above the 21 exponential, and that 21 exponential is right around 53,700, right? I want to see a confirmation open and closure above there. Then I can, you know, kind of look at this structure here as a macro high or low for continuation of potential all-time highs. But if the traditional markets come down, Bitcoin likely follows suits, man. But likely follows suit. Bitcoin is coming down. I did not, again, while I didn't expect it, I was planning for it. Again, anytime I come on here and say, expect this, I expect that, blah, 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 I can't. Like, you can't expect anything out of the market. Prepare for everything and expect nothing. But I did see weakness here. Again, this looks like a little bit of a pity bounce, and then boom, new lows confirmed, man. Lower lows once again. Confirmation of downtrend continuation once again. 21 catalyzing the direction of price action once again. I'm a little sad that I got out of this position so early, man, because I could have made some more juicy profits along the way. But again, it's not about catching the whole move. I caught my whole move and profited the entire way through until exit. But, you know, here I am. The only thing I can look for, if this thing is to completely turn over into a bear market here, is a re-entry point on the 21 for the short perspective here. Again, I mitigate my risk off the 21. I mitigate my entries and exits off the 21. Everything I do is based off the 21. Everything else is just an additional confidence booster here for any trades that I take. So, price action looking to move lower, man, for Bitcoin. Not looking too good. Ethereum, probably the same shit happening right now in Ethereum. No, still ranging, man. Still ranging. Although the bottom side of the range is looking weak, stochastics crossing to the downside of the exponential, not delicious. Bearish divergence playing out. This is new. This is the definition of neutral consolidation right here. Definition of neutral consolidation. Obviously, it looks healthier than Bitcoin, to be quite honest with you. This one's not confirming new fucking lows. So, if any cryptocurrency has strength right now, it is Ethereum. Although Bitcoin is still the big brother of the market as far as the cryptocurrency market is concerned. So if Bitcoin continues to go lower and lower and lower, I'm going to be looking for Ethereum to catch some of that pressure as well. Any candle closure below $4,000 even, I will look for a full test all the way back down to $36,040 here. Again, we could confirm a macro high or low within this region. We could confirm a macro high or low at 3,300. This is our macro. Look at how far away our macro low is on Ethereum. 2,750 here is the macro higher low structure. The only change of behavior structure that I am concerned with Ethereum. This one obviously looking much, much, much healthier in my opinion than Bitcoin is right now. But if Bitcoin, booms to the downside, I would see no reason for this, not to follow suit. Although I could be wrong. It is proving me wrong right now by not fully breaking down and melting down like Bitcoin. While Bitcoin, continues to drop. Let's look at the percentages here. Back to Bitcoin. Percentage down from all-time high. Currently, 30%. Let's look at Ethereum here. Current price action percentage to the downside after the all-time high. Half that. 15%. Maybe Ethereum's getting ready to do its own fucking thing from now on. Could definitely be one of the possibilities here. It could be doing its own thing, man. It really could. And I would be convinced that it's doing its own thing if it recovers and closes above the range resistance at $4,600 here, 46.15. Any candle closure above there, I will consider the range broken to the upside, and I will look for the one spot 272 Fibonacci extension at 53.65 to the upside. But again, momentum oscillators don't suggest that. It just suggests some neutral price action right now, as price action's been neutrally consolidating. Evidence is in the 21, evidence is in RSI, evidence is on stochastics. So again, while we're putting pressure on the range is a range until the end of the range, either to the upside or to the downside is what I'm looking at. And to be quite honest with you, it is looking like pressure is onto the downside. Again, cryptocurrencies are generally moved by Bitcoin. Again, aside from, one or two spin-off coins here and there that do their own thing, like, fucking Crow, Crypto.com has been kind of doing its own thing. There are a couple of laggards, but for the most part here, Bitcoin is, controls the market, and if it goes, I think Ethereum goes with it. So that's kind of going to do it for Ethereum here. We got one more for the night. Again, I did say it was going to be a little bit on the shorter side. Matic USD. Yeah, this one's doing its own thing. This one's clearly doing its own thing here. Still maintaining structure above the 21 exponential, but guess what? The target has been met. The target has been met. The target has been met! I did say if we were going to pull back, it would be likely to test the 21 here, and we have seen that again, but we haven't confirmed a new lows yet. No bearish divergence at all whatsoever, although... How? I think RSI got this wrong here. Slight bearish divergence confirmed. Slightly. It didn't highlight the arrow as red, but guess what? That's why I use this indicator, because it teaches me how to identify bearish divergence and bullish divergence. And this one is clearly bearish divergence. Again, divergence being RSI puts in a higher high, followed by a lower high on RSI and a higher high on price action. Bearish divergence has played through as a rejection of the current resistance, the all-time high resistance, playing a full pullback to the 21 exponential here. If we break below the 21 exponential, I'm going to be looking for new lows to be confirmed, and I would be looking for a pull all the way back into this diagonal trend line. Now, again, new lows does not defeat the macro trend line here. Defeating the macro trend line, closing below the macro trend line, puts the overall macro trend at threat. This is our change of behavior point, $1.50. $1.50. Any candle closure below $1.50, we will have a confirmed change of behavior on a daily time frame, and I would look for this to start flipping to the downside. We are well and far away from that right now, though. Stochastics coiling in the bullish control zone. Yeah, coiling around in the bullish control zone, finding support at the bottom side of the bullish control zone. I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I mean, if we can hold the 21 exponential here, it wouldn't be out of the question to pop back up. I will look for the 1.272, about $2.92 if we do confirm a candle closure above the current all-time high resistance, which lines up very well with the all-time wick high at $2.91 with the 1.212 here, or excuse me, 1.272. Bullish until proven otherwise, man. We do have a cross of the exponential here, and the exponential has been forced to a negative slope, so it is a little worrisome. Typically when we see that, it goes boop, boop, boop to the downside. But so, you know, I'm kind of just going to be waiting for confirmation here on this asset here. But Matic still looks fucking bullish as shit regardless at the end of the day. As long as price action remains above the 21, I'm looking for continuation until proven otherwise. That's going to do it for the stream, guys. Real short and to the point. It is the end of my day. I am getting ready for my wife to come home, spend a little bit of time with her. Yeah, thanks for coming through. Anybody that did come through, thanks for being here. Thanks for hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, tick that little bell. And thank you for supporting the cause. And you guys already know what it is. Until next time, stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy.